Hi everyone, David Burgess here with Keller Williams Realty, back today for another video, and today I wanted to talk about these guys right behind me, Offerpad. Now you may have seen their signs everywhere as they're pretty bright and orange and they're starting to have a good presence in our marketplace. So I wanted to talk about them today, give you my feedback, as I've actually got great experience with them. I've shown many of their homes to my buyers, I've made offers on them for my buyers, and I've also had sellers who I'm working with who have compared our rates, my wife and I's rates, to going through somebody like Offerpad. So I wanted to do a video on them today and just discuss the process and my take on them. Now, as a realtor, our fiduciary role and responsibility is to always net you the most amount of money from the sale. That is always our job, and on top of that, we always strive to make things as hassle-free and as smooth as possible. Now, this is one area that we really can never guarantee this. We can say we're going to do it and we're going to try our very best. Sometimes you just never know what's going to arise, and although 9 times out of 10 things are very smooth and hassle-free, you know, things do arise. There are curveballs, there are problems, and honestly we can only really deal with them with the experience that we have from the scenario that's taking place right in front of us. So just to give you an idea, just to give you an example, actually, sellers that I'm working with at the moment in Riverview listed their home. We're under contract in like 48 hours. Great offer. Home's under contract and we're moving forward. The pre-approval's great. Now, the buyers and buyer's agent and even the lender did speak very limited English. But the offer was great, and the pre-approval did look good. So we moved forward, and then they ended up defaulting on their loan right at the end. So we ended up extending it. They paid a little bit more of an escrow deposit, and they went with a different lender, one who was bilingual, and I could understand a little bit more of what was going on, you know, was actually going on between the transaction. And then they had a co-signer on this loan, and they found out right at the very end that the co-signer had actually co-signed for another home like 8 years ago in a different state. So it absolutely ballsed everything up. It really did. So sellers naturally disappointed. They've got a great home. We've moved on to their next home, and you know, they've now got the problem of 2 mortgages that they're facing down the barrel of. So, you know, it's one of those really disappointing situations. So they're like, look, you know, we want to see what Offerpad offer, because, you know, I know how smooth, we've seen how smooth it is to sell through them, and we want to give them a try. So I'm like, okay, great, go for it. You know, I'm with you on whatever you want to do. So we were under contract at 282,500 for this home, and Offerpad came back at 246. So there's a huge difference there. And although like Offerpad are going to make things so much more convenient, they really are. There's no one actually moving in the home right away. It's you know, there's no actual third party there. So they're basically a commercialized cash investor who is going to buy your home below market value, and they do state this in their contract that it is going to be below market value. So it's in black and white, and they're investors, and they're going to flip the home. So from a convenience standpoint, by all means, like they really do offer something, you know, a closing that's going to be very hassle-free within 30 to 50 days. However, the price difference for that is going to be very significant, highly significant. Like I said, you know, we were under contract at 282,500, and they're offering 246. Now we ended up getting back on the contract 4 days later for 282,500 again, and we actually closed today. So it's, you know, I'm sure everything's going to go fine now, but you know, we're all there. It's clear to close. We're good to go. However, like it just goes to show you the big difference. Now on top of that, Offerpad offer 6%. That, you know, they're on par with realtors, your typical realtor, but they also add a 2.5% Offerpad experience fee, whatever that truly means, the experience fee. Now, as part of that 2.5%, they do give you like a couple of thousand towards title fees, and they do give you 2,000 towards moving costs. So it's not, you know, there are pros to that. So it's not really like a true 2.5%. It's probably an additional 1% when you consider things, or maybe 1.5. But it's still an added cost to selling your home through a realtor, and you are going to be offered a very low amount for your home. Now, if you're true with yourself, if you're true to yourself and you say, you know, I haven't really taken great care of my home over the years, I've neglected it, I haven't got the money, or I haven't got the means to improve it to be where it needs to be. If you're in a horrible situation, if you're going through a divorce, a job loss, bereavement, and you just really want out of that situation, by all means, entertain Offerpad, see what they will offer, and obviously still get your local realtor there to your home to advise and give you market statistics on homes that have sold in your area that are similar, in a similar condition to yours. Because even still, you probably will net more from the sale with going through a realtor. But the homes that I've dealt with have maintained their home well. We're in a market that is still low inventory. I would absolutely go through your realtor in this experience. So just wanted to give you my feedback. Just on top of that, Offerpad do have their own contract. They don't have the Florida as is or the FAR bar. The as is basically the home is as you see it. It really is, and it's a bit of a, when you have an inspection, normally the buyers do request a couple of things to be replaced or repaired, but the sellers are under no obligation. It's completely up to them if they want to entertain that or not. The FAR bar contract is where the sellers are eligible. Sorry, the sellers have to pay up to 1.5% typically in repair costs to the home. So if it's a $300,000 home, and if there's repairs up to $4,500, then the sellers will have to make those repairs. So you're with an Offerpad contract, which is solely written to benefit Offerpad. I strongly advise that you have somebody read over that for you, pretty much a real estate attorney, unless you've got a realtor that you're very close with who's really got your back through that process. So that's just my take on it. Any questions or anything, all my contact information is below. And hopefully this video was helpful. Please like it if so, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to hear more from me. Thanks so much. Take care.